Well, Thursdays are the days we are joined by psychotherapist Mary Jo Rapini, but sometimes it's nice to get the male perspective on relationships, and that's where relationship expert Stephen Dixon comes in. He's the author of Men Don't Heal, Lee-Ho, a book about the emotional instability of men, and we appreciate you joining us, Stephen, as always. First, for people that missed you the first time around, talk about what the title of your book means.
Men Don't Heal, Lee-Ho is a book about the emotional instability of men. The book is about when men are in relationships and they jump from relationship to relationship to relationship without healing from the past relationship. So sometimes when people see the title, they think it's a book about H-O-ing around and womanizing and things like that. It's not about that at all. It's more so about teaching men that there are better ways to heal, more positive, constructive ways to heal from emotional baggage than just running around with different women.
And men are emotional too. You know, this might be new for some women. Let's talk about love capacity. This is something that you talk about. What is that?
Yeah, it built on that book where I learned so much more from talking to men about their capacity to love. Love capacity is where I actually went out and did some research to measure and came up with an assessment test of how to measure the capacity of a man or a woman to love. What I figured out is when women are loving initially, and when they start dating and having serious relationships, they love at a capacity of a 10. A man can love only up to about a 7 until they learn how to love. And so once people started getting hurt, their capacity to love goes down. Every time you're hurt, a woman may go down from a 10 to a 9 to an 8 to a 7, men too. And what I figured out from the research and doing even more study and exams and things like that now is that both men and women are able to go up or down depending on where they are in their relationship at that time.
So let's talk about how let's say you've been hurt, you've been burned in the past by some bad love, some bad relationships. How do you get back up to a 10? How do you trust that next person?
That's exactly what it's about. It's about teaching them that, okay, love is something that you have to be able to rebound from. Love is something that you have to take a risk, because sometimes what happens is when your love capacity goes down, you've been hurt, you're afraid to take a risk now. And so I'm trying to teach couples, trying to teach men that, hey, love is something that you learn from. You have to do better this time. Next time you're in a relationship, you'll choose more wisely. So some of the things I did in love capacity is figured out things that people were doing wrong, like learning about forgiveness, learning about trust, learning about how you can compromise and negotiate different things within a relationship. So it's been coming along. The feedback has been tremendous on it.
So how do you lengthen that initial feeling then into a lifetime with someone? Because that seems like that's really the most difficult part. Everybody has those butterflies in their stomach, the adrenaline rush, the first maybe month or 2 or 3 when they're with someone new. But how do you extend that?
Yeah, it's what I teach people initially when I first start talking with people about relationships is being successful in marriage has to be a goal of yours. Long-term goal. I want to be married to my wife for the rest of my life. There's a lot of people running around trying to be athletes and lawyers and doctors. What I try to teach people is your title of husband or your title of wife is the most important title that you'll have your entire life. You need to focus on that.
And you probably have to make that decision
early.
Pretty quickly on.
Early.
I mean, into the dating process, right? That this is, you want to find someone to settle down with.
Yes, you want to find, well, I'm not trying to rush people to settle down. I'm just saying that once you do settle down, let that be the last time. There's too many people that get married these days that they think that, okay, it's going to be easy. Marriage is very difficult. It's very rewarding. It's very beneficial. I love being married, so every time I'm doing interviews, I always want to make sure that I'm giving a positive attitude about marriage. It's a wonderful thing if you do it right.
What would you tell men that say, you know what, I just kind of want to play around, I want to see different women, I'm really happy doing that? What would you tell them to make that difference, to maybe put a positive spin for them on getting into a serious relationship?
The number one thing I always say to men that gets their attention is I say that President Obama is presidential without Michelle Obama. But I believe that he would not be president without the support of his wife. And so what I teach men is the value of having a wife, the value of having that support system.
Let's talk a little bit about social networking as well. Match.com survey, 1 in 5 relationships start online. Is that a good way to meet somebody, you think?
No. My research shows me that there's nothing good at all about meeting on social networking sites. First of all, men and women both have too much accessibility to other people, like ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, ex-husband, ex-wives, just friends, women that you might be interested in, other men that you might be interested in. Having said that, 1 out of 5 relationships are starting on online networking, so you're going to have to do it to some extent. Women have been reaching out to me saying, hey, how uncomfortable they are when they're starting over, going through a divorce, and having to drop into the social networking of relationships and dating. It's very, very difficult to get comfortable in that again.
Okay, so meet somebody online and then make sure that you have a Facebook account that both of you can check out.
Both of you can check out.
No secrets.
No secrets. And then that's the other problem, too, with social networking is there's always more interaction with other people. So you got your husband or your boyfriend or your wife or your girlfriend who's interacting with some guy, and now you're interpreting her interaction with that person online.
I see.
There's more questions, more information, more drama versus, 20 years ago, it was just a phone call you was making.
Right.
Now you have access to people instantaneously all the time.
Stephen Dixon, thank you so much. We
Appreciate
always love when you
having me.
stop by.